Hi, everyone. So glad that you are here today. I am so honored. I don't always get to host a stop on a virtual book tour, but that's exactly what I'm doing today. I'm Terilee Harrison with Team Referral Network Virtual Chapters, and we're delighted to host the Period comic on their virtual book tour, and especially to bring the author, Florence Igboayaka, to our live today. Welcome, Florence.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Terilee. I'm super excited to be here. It's an honor to come on your platform and to be able to share this with different audiences, speak with different people about the period comic, and I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I am just so delighted to have you here. And when people realize what it is you're up to, I think they're going to be so passionate about coming alongside of you. And Florence is one of the nonprofit members of our virtual team community. We gift a nonprofit a membership in every one of our chapters. We're so delighted to be able to support her and introduce her into our business community. And as we continue to grow globally, to be able to introduce her to even more people who can get excited about this. So, Florence, if it's all right, I will formally introduce you now. Does this sound good?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, Florence Igboayaka is a social entrepreneur, an inspirational speaker, and the author behind the bestseller series, The Period comic. She has been referred to by many as a woman of many talents, and she works across multiple disciplines focused on improving and impacting lives. She's passionate about charity works, particularly with young girls in underserved communities, especially in Africa. Part of her work of empowering young girls is bridging period poverty gaps through education, awareness, and providing them with hygienic and sustainable period products. She is the director of the Period Place, a nonprofit community interest company whose mission is to be a safe place for all things periods for girls and women undergoing period poverty. So, wow, Florence, this is outstanding work. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just have to ask you before we get into talking about the Period comic, how in the world did you end up on this mission?
Interested. I think growing up as a young girl, I have older brothers. I've always loved to help. I've always loved to share stuff. I think I got it from my dad. My dad would give the last of anything he had just to help. So I think that compassion around charity work just came up. I would always want to do stuff. And even when I got married and got into business, my husband said to me, stop claiming you're a businesswoman. All you do is charity. Stop claiming. But anyways, some years ago, about 7 years ago, I officially set up a charity in Africa. And that was because I wanted to support young girls and orphans as well. So we started with education sponsorship. I wasn't getting funding. I would just work at whatever proceeds I had, and we used to help them. And that's kind of evolved over time. And then we had to start counseling as well, because some of these girls from very poor homes they deal with they have emotional issues, they have mental issues that they just need to talk to somebody. And they became so close to us, they felt more comfortable to open up. And then they started talking about period needs. They started asking us for underwear. That was how, I just started doing it. I don't know, and I haven't stopped.
Well, thank goodness that you are on this mission, really, truly, because, everybody needs some help. Everybody needs some help. So this is the thing, though, we all in our lives, us women, men know about our periods, and it's a natural part of life. It's what goes on, right? But how in the world did the concept of the Period comic come about, and what was your inspiration to make a comic of all things? So let's talk about that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have asked me, why would you think of a comic? We never thought of that, Well, I'm growing up as a young girl. Like I mentioned earlier, I just have older brothers. My younger sisters came much later. So I was very close to my dad. Sorry, Mom. I wasn't so close to my mom as a little girl. So, and maybe because I was a tomboy, always jumping about my brothers and all that. So I was close to my dad. And so growing up, and I got into puberty. So I was different from my brothers. Things were happening and it was strange and I didn't want them. I wanted to be like the boys. And so it was odd. And I kept saying, no, I don't want my breast. I don't want whatever is happening. So, but because I was closer to my dad, even when I got my first period, it was my dad I spoke to. My mom didn't really teach me about periods. She just said the basics. But you know how you take a child, a young girl, explain to her the details, or you're having these emotions, you're beginning to feel emotionally attached to maybe a guy or a boy, what that means, I never really got the details of that. And so at some point, I became very timid. Believe it, I was such a timid young girl because I was not properly educated about periods. I didn't understand what was happening. I was ashamed of myself because I wasn't sure what was going on. But I thought that was my days growing up. So when I started running the charity and we started speaking with young girls, it became apparent that there was still a huge gap in period education. And I started having conversation with moms. I started having conversations with dads. And some of them will be like, oh, I'm not sure how to. It's an awkward topic. And some of the girls will even say, ew, mom, don't tell me. Yeah. So I realized that, yes, there is this gap. And for me, I then decided I want to be able to bridge that gap in period communication. Because like you said, this is something that is natural. It happens to most girls and most women, but yet we are ashamed to talk about it. People stigmatize this topic like it's something that is wrong, but we shouldn't be ashamed of who we are. We shouldn't be ashamed of this fabulous thing happening to us. And so, to my mind, in 2018, I was thinking, how do I make this conversation easier? Because these days, girls are visual. Not just girls, we all are visual. You see something lovely, you want to look at it, but when it's written, sometimes you just gloss over it. So the idea came in 2018 to make people speak up about this, to teach them about this periods, this natural phenomenon, teach it to them in a fun way, in an easy way that they can relate to, in a way they will be willing to learn about it, in a way they will feel excited and believe it's something to be proud of. And that was how the period comic came about. So I had to come up first, I think, of characters. And for me, like I always say, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your ethnicity, as women, we go through the same thing. The changes in our bodies are the same. So that led me to think of characters that cuts across diversity. So I had to come up with the imaginations. How would this character, a 10-year-old girl, 9-year-old girl, because guess what? Girls even get periods at age 8.
I know, right?
I didn't know that until I started my research.
Yeah.
Because in writing the book, I had to work with a gynecologist. I had to speak with a medical professional to say, okay, are these things right? And I got a lot of insight. So I had to start that, and then the characters are behind me.
Yeah,
so we designed the characters. Yeah, so we designed the characters and then the story. So the period comic is about 3 girls on an adventure. They go on a weekend and they discover things about their bodies. They learn new things. They learn about puberty. They learn about periods, and it's also inclusive of period management. What do you do when you get periods? How do you manage yourself? How do you take care of your body? So that was the whole idea. So really, it was to help bridge that gap. It was to help make the conversation easy, to help parents, to help even single dads who wouldn't know where to start, to help them have that conversation, to help them feel comfortable, because they should be part of their daughters' lives as well. So that was why the period comic came about. I actually have a copy of it.
Show us. Oh, it's so cute, right? Okay, now I have a dumb question. Are you the illustrator too? I know you wrote it. You're not the illustrator.
No, I'm not the illustrator. No.
Do you know what I love about it is in the old days when I was the age, right? We had a book by Judy Blume, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, and it barely talked about some of these things, but yet all my friends and I, we wanted to read it, right? Because we didn't know, we were looking for information, And but this is like all about this and focused on this, and I think in a wonderful education way. And not that that other book wasn't, but I love what you've done. I love what you've done. So talk to us, if you would, a little bit more about just what is period poverty. Maybe people don't even know this exists, and what is the relevance of period education and awareness right now?
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people actually, when I speak about period poverty, they're like, what is that?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you'll be surprised to learn that period poverty happens in your community, it happens all around you. Now, period poverty, put in simple terms, is when someone, a woman or a girl, is not able to afford hygienic period products, because we get period monthly, typically. You should get periods monthly. So when they're not able to afford hygienic, that is emphasis on hygienic, because I've been to places where people use all sorts of wrong products.
Yeah.
And some of these products can cause infertility.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're looking for cheap products and things that the materials in some of these products can cause all sorts of damages to a woman or a young girl. So it's when they're not able to afford such. And interestingly, the UK government 2 years ago decided to go into a research. And one of the things they've come up with, they came up with like a panel to sit and look into period poverty. And one of the core strands of that is period education and awareness. Even the Scottish government set up, there is a campaign around talking about periods, stop stigmatization of periods. And that is because they realize that it's not just access to products, but also education and awareness. Because not a lot is said around this. A lot of it is hush. Oh, no, we can't talk about it. But now it's becoming clearer that period education is also part of period poverty. And if you look at the statistics, a lot of research has happened. In the UK, for instance, it was realized 3 years ago when a research was done that 1 in 5 women would go through period poverty in their lifetime.
Wow.
So some women, in the UK, some women have prioritized household essentials above buying period products because they couldn't afford the period products. And it's been said that, I think I have the statistics somewhere, 49% of girls, this research was done by Plan International UK, 49% of girls have missed school at least once because of their periods here in the UK. So, and out of the research that was done by the Scottish government as well, it was said that 35% of women felt scared, 24% of girls felt confused when they got their periods. So hence the need for that period education to make people understand that what is happening. And in fact, I had, there's another charity I work with here in Aberdeen, and we had a talk on period poverty last week, Friday. And the results they came with was that a high percentage of young girls from teenage age to 21 feel ashamed to go to the stores to get period products.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. And, another thing is when the lockdown started in March, for me, I felt, okay, how do we support our community? How do we help? Because it was a difficult time for a lot of parents. It was a difficult time having kids stay at home. Over time, people got used to it. But end of March, early April was really hard. So I said to myself, how do we then support? So we decided to put the period comic, we put it up for free reads on Amazon so that more people can have access. Because like I said, the pandemic does not respect puberty. Puberty is going to happen. Period. So a little way of giving back. I did that on Amazon. And in April, the first month, we put it up. We had over 14,200 pages were read for free. And as of September, we had over 16,800. So that just validates the idea around period education because people need this information. So for that number of people to be reading this book, getting their daughters to read this book is because there is that need. So that is what period poverty is to me. And that is how I feel is related to period education.
So amazing. So amazing. So who would you say this book is for, Florence?
Like I said, I was shocked to realize girls are getting period at age 8. So yeah. So typically I would say from age 8 to about 14, 15, because if a girl hasn't gotten a period at age 16, then she would need to see the doctors.
Yep.
So I would
Yep.
say from age 8, a girl should at least have this book, because the book is so simplified, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's so simplified, talking about hormones, what it means. It's so easy language, such
Mm-hmm.
that the girl can understand. So from age 8 actually is when they need this book. And I did a book signing November 2019 here in Aberdeen in one of the malls and at WH Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I was there, I had a lot of grandmas and granddads that came and bought the book,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a lot of single fathers. I also had some head teachers from schools. I was actually invited on school tours because some of the head teachers that met me, they were like, you need to come to our school. So basically, this book is for young girls from age 8. But I find that parents, grandparents, and you know, aunties are actually gifting children this book because it's like
Awesome.
the best gift you can give a girl. I know I'm being biased, but yeah.
No, they're going to look for the information somewhere. So why not get them this lovely piece of information where it's packaged for them, written for
Yeah,
them, with them in mind, right? Yeah, it's perfect. It's
yeah.
perfect. So tell us more about the period comic book tour and the campaign. What's happening there?
That actually excites me so much, and that is
Ooh.
because the period comic 1 ended on a cliffhanger. So
Ooh.
right now we have period comic 2, which is a continuation of this, and also focuses on period poverty, puberty, and periods. So, and then there is a third book, and that is the positive affirmation, gratitude, sorry, positive affirmation, and period journal. So it's 3-in-1 journal. Now, the
Wow.
reason we had to put that journal together is because of what I said when I started. A lot of girls have, they lose their confidence around when they start getting into puberty. You find they don't speak up as they should. So we felt putting together a journal that helps you affirm who you are and believe in yourself was very important. Hence the positive affirmation journal. So that journal is very helpful. And it's just a world that is filled with so much negativity. There's you turn on the news, negative here, negative there, and there's so much negativity infused. And for mental health, it's not healthy. So having a journal that helps a girl affirm who she is and sees that there is no limitations, there is no ceiling over her. She can be everything. Building that in them was very important. So we have that journal. So the journal also allows girls to have a safe place to write things about their periods. So these are the 3 books. So the Limitless campaign, which is why I'm on this tour, is about the pre-sales for those books, which we're doing right now. So we have the 3 books. You can either get one of the books or you can get the 3 books. It's interesting what we've put together in this campaign. So we called it the Limitless Experience. And why?
Yeah.
Limitless experience in the sense that we don't want you to just get a book and walk away. We want to take you on a journey.
Mm.
So for each book that you buy, you get a gift. And
Mm.
each of those books are I'm going to be the one signing every book. They're first edition copies. So I'll be signing them. We're actually having that party virtually. We love
Mm.
parties on the
Mm.
5th of December. So
Okay.
we invite you to join us. The platforms we're going to have on all our handles, YouTube. So people are going to see me signing. We're going to have the dance. It's going to be fun for girls. So from
Mhm.
that, we're having the shipping and signing party on the 5th of December. And then we have a conference coming up early next year. So once you buy a book, you are part of everything we're doing. So
Mhm.
the conference is going to happen first quarter of next year, and we're going to be addressing. There'll be part is a 1-day conference. So one we focus on young girls. They're going to have fun and do all sorts. Then we're going to have where we talk about period poverty with the parents. Now the reason we're doing this is we also have a charity Terilee mentioned the period place. For every book sale from this campaign, a part of that proceeds is going to the period place, because we're kickstarting seminars and workshops in January to help parents know how to have this conversation. We're doing a lot and still supporting girls with period products. So for every book sale, you support us in buying one book. You just have the whole limitless experience. Like I said, from buying the book, you get a gift. You're part of our conference. You are also part of the virtual events we're going to be having. And of course, you become the period comic MVP. So for us, yes, for us, we're excited, and that's what the campaign is about. And that's why I'm going on this tour, to speak to a lot of people, to make them understand that there is a tool out there to help. And our goal is not just selling this book. We know the impact this book is having. We've seen, like I said, the thousands of books that have been read for free. We've been giving this out for free reads, and it's been making that huge impact and changing girls' lives. We've had so many testimonials coming, but we want to take it further by using proceeds from this book to even buy period products for more girls. So that's
wow. Okay. So don't you all love what she's up to? So if you are wanting information where you can buy the book, go to theperiodcomic.com. If you'd like to connect with Florence and help her on her mission, this is her email address. And I want to invite you all, if you'd like to invite her to your platform where she can be sharing as part of the virtual book tour, I think we should all pay it forward and be introducing her to the different audiences that we have. And in the spirit of virtual team, Florence, you and I should have talked about this, but let's brainstorm it together. So let's talk about, what would your big ask be? How can we help you get the word out in a big way, right? Who knows, tons and tons and tons of teenage girls who will be some people you could partner with, organizations you could partner with. Let's put it out there now. Do you have some ideas of some other people we could introduce you to that would be very meaningful to you and what you're up to?
The big ask. Oh, wow. So first of all, I'd like to, if I'm able to go on a platform, people of moms, parents who have preteens or teenagers who really need the support that we're offering, the kind of service we're offering, especially around the book, that would be really good. We're hoping that our goal is to sell 1,000 copies of this book by December.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hoping to sell 1,000 books, so as many people as can buy. In fact, I was really, really honored last week. Somebody reached out because we have a donate button on the website. Love the project. So some people have said to me, a lady said to me, oh, I don't have anyone I want to gift this book to. However, I'm going to donate this amount. If you can use it to gift 5 girls the book, we're happy. So if we have such people, if you feel, oh, you don't need it or you don't know somebody, you can choose to give a donation, and we will definitely share with you when we give the girls the book. You will get to see everything happen. So yeah, definitely platforms to reach more mothers, more dads, more grandparents who can buy the book. We would love that.
Okay, I'm putting here in the chat, if you don't have a girl in your life to gift the book to, you can donate at theperiodcomic.com, and that you will pass it on. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Well, Florence, I've just loved getting to know you, seeing how excited you are about the journey you're on. I'm so appreciative of you and all that you're putting out there, the impact that you're wanting to have in the world and on these young girls. What would you like to say in closing before we close out this episode of your virtual book tour?
Oh, I love to say to every girl out there, if you ever get to see this, or even the adults, I want you to know that you're limitless. Nothing should stop you fulfilling your vision, and you can unleash your potential and beauty because you matter. And I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for believing in what we're doing. I appreciate you. Thank you, Terilee. I'm so grateful.
Oh, my honor. Just your last words. That's all worth it, and that's why we're excited to have you here. And so, Florence, let's have you back again. You can give us an update and let us know how things are going, and we'll continue to help you spread the word. So, everyone, have a fantastic day. I know you must be excited now. If you know moms, organizations. I want to invite you, tag them in the comments and share this. Let's share this out and get the word out, and let's help more girls. So thank you, Florence. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.